Number one, Mikel Arteta will not win the Premier League with Arsenal, period.
I'm going to push back. I think I'm going to say yes, because he's showing the progress that, that I've seen. I mean, I have no reason to say no, but, just based on what I've seen and how much he loves the club, is the way he, him and Edu get together. I think there's something good. Liverpool have to learn how to be champions as well. They came close. This reminds me a little bit of that. So I'm going to stay positive here and say yes, of course, if he stays with Arsenal.
Okay, so that's a positive one, that Arsenal will actually win the Premier League under Mikel Arteta, but according to Janusz, pretty much all season, not this season. All right, next. Harry Kane made a mistake going to Bayern.
Nonsense. It's a great move. He's proven that he's scoring goals left and right, just as he did in the Premier League. It's crazy, unfortunate that, well, who knows? There's still a trophy left for him to win it, but I think we all expected him to have a trophy by now. That's for sure. That's going to come next year. No questions about that. He's going to benefit from moving abroad, and I think his family will benefit from it, which we never talk about, right? Different culture and all that. Maybe England benefits from that in the European Championships. I think it's absolute nonsense. He's at, he certainly is at one of the biggest clubs in the world's history, and he's going to be a big part of this history when it's all said and done.
Bayer Leverkusen will win the Bundesliga again next season.
Oof. I wish them all the best. I like Xabi Alonso. You and I were involved in them clinching for 120 years. They had to wait, and they did it in style against Werder Bremen. It's a tough one, because what happens when Bayern Munich don't win the title, and I'm afraid that they're going to reload the way they always do, and you're going to see a different one. So it's going to be close. I think they're going to be up for it. I never fare well when I go against Bayern Munich, so I'm going to say no. They're not going to repeat it next year.
Oh, but how many horses will be in the race, do you think, next year to the final stages?
I think it's going to be very tight. Borussia Dortmund, they're about, I was surprised, because this year I thought actually that Leipzig were going to be the biggest ones. I mean, I look at their squad, it's very, very good. Some of the players that maybe needed that one season to bet in will get better. They'll probably get some players. So I think Leipzig's going to be there. And my goodness, I mean, Stuttgart, if they can keep, Stuttgart kind of reminds me of a little bit of Leverkusen, right? I mean, many out there will tell, and, part of me thinks that, I mean, Stuttgart, it's crazy to say, but there's been some games that I think Stuttgart has played even more exciting football than Leverkusen. And I think you'd know that, right, Kay?
Yes. I've been saying all season, Janusz, that if it weren't for what Leverkusen did, I think we'd be talking even more about Stuttgart.
We don't talk about enough the way they play, because we just make an assumption that this Leverkusen unbeaten run, not just in the Bundesliga and everywhere else. I wish you go, some of our listeners or viewers go back and watch the way Stuttgart plays. So I think if that project stays intact, I think Stuttgart right up there, right? That's why I just don't know if Leverkusen can just look at Bayern Munich and say, well, this is our rival. I think Stuttgart's going to push on, maybe look at Leverkusen and say, that's us next season. And I think Leipzig will have a say as normal, and so Dortmund. I think next season in the Bundesliga is going to be sensational. This one was for a number of reasons, but next year, my goodness, I may just watch Bundesliga and that's it.
You should, on ESPN Plus in both English and in Spanish.
Maybe I'll get to commentate one or two.
All season. Yeah, a great commentary at the weekend from you too, Janusz. Last quick fire question for you, and you've already half alluded to it a little earlier on. Barcelona will make the Champions League final.
Gut feeling says yes. I would never say that before. I think, the brackets have something to do. And of course, I was trying to remember. Remind me, who are they? I mean, it's the easier bracket. Yeah. I mean, it'd be criminal. It'd be criminal not to see this through against PSG. Not, of course, it's not going to be easy at home, but obviously, hard work was done in Paris. I just
Dortmund and Atleti.
Just gut feeling that, with everything that has gone in Barcelona ahead of the season, during the season, the money issues, the Xavi issues, the Robert Lewandowski not doing enough, but now he's now Pedri's coming back, Gavi's not far away, everybody's kind of coming together. Certainly the talent is there. They're very, very young and inexperienced to some degree in some spots right now. But gut feeling tells me that they could be. Why not?
Why not? Well, we'll definitely know more about that next week. But thank you so much for being with us on the latest edition of the show. Don't forget, we are with you 3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays and Fridays. And this is the weekend you've got to look forward to on ESPN Plus. We have the FA Cup semi-finals, both of them, Man City and Chelsea, and Coventry City against Manchester United. Then on ESPN Plus and ESPN2, we have Borussia Dortmund taking on the new champions, Leverkusen. Dortmund need to get back into the top 4. They'll also want to be the team to bring that unbeaten run to an end for Xabi Alonso's men. Be sure to be with us for that. And of course, La Liga. How can you miss it? El Clasico, Real Madrid against Barcelona, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes. We hope to see you there. And we always love having to see you every single week right here on ESPN FC Live.